Hi guys, so we're still in order of operations, as it says order. Okay, so we have to put some order in here. So that's the PEMDAS rule and then the BODMAS rule. That's just the same thing, okay? Different names for the same result, all right? So we have the parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, and subtraction. So you guys can go back to our previous video where we actually dissected, to explain the parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction, as well as there is an exception to the rule. So the exception to the rule, ladies and gentlemen, please let's pay attention to that, is that when it comes to multiplication and division, you're doing your work from the left to the right. Whichever comes first, that's the one that you work on first. Same thing for addition and subtraction. From the left to the right. Whichever comes first, that's what you work on first. So that means if subtraction comes before addition, you work on subtraction before addition. If it's addition before subtraction, you work on addition before subtraction. Same thing for multiplication and division. All right? So let's go at it and then see what we're going to do here. So we have 12 minus 3 minus negative 4 plus 6 minus 5 minus 8. So the first thing you want to do is whenever you have these kinds of problems is to work on the parentheses. So is there something that you can work inside the parentheses to get out one number? That's what you're looking for first. But in this case, we only have one number there. Okay, so we pretty much don't have anything to work for inside the parentheses. However, we still want to get rid of the parentheses. We still want to remove these parentheses here. And how do we do that? We have the subtraction sign in front of the parentheses. The subtraction sign will always change you have inside the parentheses to the opposite. So because this one is negative 4, automatically when you combine these two, it becomes positive 4. In other words, what happens is this one can be seen as a negative 1 in front of the parentheses. And then what's the sign between the negative 1 and the parentheses? It's multiplication. So when you multiply negative 1 by negative 4, that will give you what? Positive 4. So that's the reason why once we get back here, we end up with, so we deal with these two. So we have 12 minus 3 plus 4 plus 6 minus 5 minus 8. Ladies and gentlemen, when you are working on these kinds of problems and that you are not an expert yet, take your time and then do the problem. Go down the line. So we're going down the line. So now we have 12 minus 3 plus 6 plus 4 plus 6 minus 5 minus 8. Now in this case, game on. So somebody can begin to work here, to work there, left and right, the middle, whatever. They're still going to get the answer as long as they follow the rules. But in this case, we're not going to work like that. We're going to go from the left to the right so that we can have something concise here. So let's go at it. So we have 12 minus 3 is going to give us what? 9, correct? Bring down the 9 plus 4 plus 6 minus 5 minus 8. All right, again, we're going from the left to the right. So 9 plus 4 is going to give us 13. 13 plus 6 minus 5 minus 8. All right? And then I'm coming down again over here. So 13 plus 6 is going to give us what? 19. 19 minus 5 minus 8. Then 19 minus 5 is going to give you what? It's going to give me 14. 14 minus 8 to finish with will give me positive 6. All right? So you see how we went down the line. You can always do it like this at the beginning. And once you know what you're doing, now you can play around with numbers and say, okay, you know what? I have 12 minus 3, which is 9. 9 plus 4 is 13. 13 plus 6 is going to give me 18. 18 minus 5 is going to... So you can do all of those things. All right? So, but in the case here, take your time and then do it. Okay? So again, you don't need to do all of that so that you're going to be making mistakes and then it's not going to work out afterwards. But once you get it, game on. Okay? So that's for the first question. So we go to the second question here now. which is -7 times -3 minus 10 plus 3 times -1 plus 8. So what's happening here? So PEMDAS rule again, don't forget, parentheses, exponent, multiplication, division, addition, subtraction. All right? Is there anything inside the parentheses to work on? No. But we do have what when you're going from the left to the right. Remember, we're going from the left to the right for now. You can always do that all the time, not just for now, but all the time, okay? But like I said before, once you know what you're doing, you can go inside here and do things in there. That will still be okay. But you gotta know, you gotta follow the rules. So we go -7 times -3. Negative times negative is a positive. So this one will give us positive 21, right? Then we have -10 plus 3 times -1 plus 8. All right? And then again, we're going from the left to the right. So 21 minus 10 is going to give us what? 11. So these two, so this one is 11 plus 3 times -1 plus 8. All right? So we're still going from the left to the right. But then what's happening here? Are you going to take 11 plus 3 and then gives you 14 and multiply by -1? That's the common mistake that people are going to make. All right, and that's why we're doing this. That's why I'm taking time so we can go one at a time as of now, okay? So you're not going to do that because from the left to the right, you have multiplication here that you have to go with before the division or before the addition and subtraction, okay? So we have to work on these two. That will give us, so you bring down the 11, all right? Bring down the 11. Then you multiply 3 by -1. Positive times negative is -3. So we have videos already on sign rules with the multiplication, division, and all of those beautiful ones. Please go back, check those rules, very important, because we're building our house on those foundations, all right? So we have 11. So now we're going from the left to the right. So you see now, we're going from the left to the right. We have 11 minus 3, correct? So we can do that. Even though we have -3 plus 8, that we can choose to do as well. But we can do this if we're going from the left to the right. What's the exception of the rule says? You can do subtraction before addition. Between these two, it's a subtraction. Between these two, it's an addition, right? So we can go back and work with the exception of the rule that says work from subtraction first before the addition. So that would give us what? 11 minus 3 is going to give us what? 8. Okay? And then we bring down the other 8. And 8 plus 8 gives us 16. And this is it. All right, ladies and gentlemen. So you take your time. You work it out. This is PEMDAS rule, BODMAS rule, same thing. You know, the way it is done, it's not different. All right, like we said before, the PEMDAS is used in US a lot, and then the BODMAS is used in many, many other countries. That's been in Europe, in Africa, in Asia. Yes, BODMAS is used, the word. All right, so guys, don't forget to subscribe, to share, to like, to comment, and also make suggestions of topic that we need to work on. As the school's just started, let's go for it, okay?